Hello, students. I am Dr. Arash Tagavi, psychologist, PhD of psychology, and I have worked in the field of positive psychology for many years in my country, also in America. And in this semester, I will be with you for the next 8 weeks for the course of conflict resolution and negotiation processes. As you see here, the course is for MBA and let me check it with you and MSSL, and we will have a short preview about the course just now in this video. The course description. In this course, we want the students to know the foundational theories of conflict management. The course includes an interdisciplinary introduction to conflict, sources of conflict, and conflict theory, and integrates an overview of how to deal with interpersonal and intergroup, organizational, community, international, and intercultural conflicts. You will gain critical skills in multi-party and public facilitation, as well as skills in mediation. Mediation is very important issue, and it's very important skill, many skills here for how to mediate the conflict between other people, other groups as the third person. This course examines the central principles of effective conflict management in a wide variety of contexts, especially in the workplace, by using a combination of up-to-date research and examples that you receive a theoretical as well as a practical foundation in conflict management. Honestly, if you learn so good, if you learn um, very practically and very skillful, the skills of conflict management, conflict resolution, and also negotiation process. Besides using in your organization as a manager, as a leader, you can use it in your interpersonal, in your family, in your friendship, in your social relationship, and other parts that you have some connection with other people. So it is very important. This is very important to know the concepts, the theory based on the shaping and managing conflicts and negotiation. After that, know the skills and practice the skills of negotiation processes and also conflict management, conflict resolution in your daily life. Here in this course, we have four CLOs for course learning outcomes. At first, the course wants to assess the impact gender and culture have on conflict choices. You know that based on your gender, based on your culture, based on your ethnicity, sometimes based on your geographical territory, and sometimes based on your, for example, political issues and political approaches, we have different choices in conflict management and conflict resolution. So this course wants to learn you, and after ending this course, you should be able to access to gathering information to data, to collect the data about the impact of gender and culture at first on the choices you will have in confronting with conflict. Two, judge the elements present in all conflicts. You should do it. Three, appraise the types of goals people try to accomplish in conflicts. And four, distinguish between different styles of conflict, and especially in this book that we will talk about it now, we will work on it. You should know about the different models of conflict. The book is a very good book in the market of conflict management and conflict negotiation. Very famous, internationally famous. Also, the author is very expert author and academic author in the field. And the book is 2020, the last edition. The book is the Conflict Resolution Toolbox, Models and Maps for Analyzing, Diagnosing, and Resolving Conflict, second edition, published by Wiley, and the author is Gray Furlong. In this book, you will learn about 9 models of conflict resolution and conflict analysis and conflict management. It is very important to buy and or to have the second edition because one model has changed from the first edition to second edition, and one model has added. The second edition has 9 models. The first edition, I think, it has 8 models. It had the 8 model. But before going to the description, of course, I want to talk about the grading system in MBA and MSSL also for this course. The final grade is 1,000 grades. And you have many tasks, many assignments you should do during the 8 weeks. At first, the more important, the more engaged, the more involved, it is learning engagement, weekly learning engagement. All 8 weeks, you have learning engagement in two parts. One part, including your initial analytical post, your major post, and two peer replies. The initial analytical post, the major post, has 40 points, 14 points. And each of those peer replies has 8 points. Totally, it will be on 16 points. So learning engagement, totally, final score, final point for the learning engagement is 30 points. 8 weeks, 240 points for learning engagement, near a quarter, 1/4 of the final grade. And after that, each week from week 1 to week 7, except of week 8, you have a weekly quiz. Weekly quiz including 5 multiple choices questions and totally 20 points for each weekly quiz. Finally, the total score, total point for weekly quizzes is about 140. 2 projects you should do. 1, group case study. 2, final project. And after that, you will have final exam. Case studies should be on MBA and DBA, should be as group case studies. Especially for MBA, it is very important. MBA and MSS, so it is very important. By the end of week 2, you should send me your group members. Each group is with 3 persons, not more than 3, not less than 3. By the end of week 2, any individual case study is not accepted. Nothing. Grading 0. Only group case studies. By the end of week 2, you should email me the name of your group and 1 person as a group leader to be involved and engaged with me about the other parts of the case of group case study. Your case study should be submitted, your group case study should be submitted by the end of week 5. But the process of group case study has 200 points. 1/5 of your final 1,000 points is related to your group case study. The final project has 4 parts. 1, title justification. 2, final draft paper submission. 3, submission of final paper. And 4th part is submission your video format presentation. PDF format, PowerPoint format, other format, Word format are not accepted. Only video format for presentation of your final, and your presentation should be with your PowerPoint about the presentation. The format is in video. I should see your face. You should talk about it between 5 minutes to 10 minutes and submit the video on Moodle for me as your final presentation. But during the video, you should use the PowerPoints in describing and explaining your final project or final paper. So it should be done by the end of week 8. It is individual, not group. So you have title justification by the end of week 3. Don't miss the time. Due dates are very important for me, very important for me. I don't like to use the late work policies because it can damage your final grades. And also, it is not related to me, it is related to you. You should arrange your time and submit your title justification by the end of week 3. And by the end of week 6, you should submit your final draft paper. And by the end of week 8, you should submit your final paper or final project and your video format presentation of your final paper. So it is about 220 points for these elements: title justification, final draft paper, final paper, and presentation. And at the end of 8 week, for 1 hour, you have the final exam. Final exam has 200 points, 1/5 of your total final grade, and the final grade is 1000 grades. Please pay attention carefully about the points. Also, the points doesn't show anything about your literacy, about your knowledge, I know. But as a discipline, you should have gone based on the, you should do based on the discipline. It is discipline determined by the leadership team of Kalemgir. And what about the book? This book has many chapters, and in the week one, we will work on the chapters during 8 weeks. In week one, we work on chapter one, chapter two, and chapter three as an introduction, an overview of the models, 9 models, and the conflict story, a very beautiful sample of conflicts between different people. In week two, we work on the first 2 models, model one and model two, for chapter four and chapter five. In model one is the straightaway interest, rights, and power, the model one, and model two is triangle of satisfaction. In week three, we work on model three, the circle of conflict. In week four, we will work on model four, the dynamics of trust, from chapter seven. In week five, we will study chapters 8 and 9 and work on model 5 and model 6. Model 5 is the law of reciprocity, and model 6 is the loss aversion bias. In week 6, we study chapter 10 and work on model 7, the boundary model. And in week 7, we study chapter 11 and work on model 8, the social style model. And finally, in week 8, we study chapter 12 and work on model 9, moving beyond the conflict. So you can see another video in the Moodle by me, which I describe 3 important parts that you should uh, do it, and you should do your works, your assignment based on these three things, 3 issues. At first, it is APA style, manual publication, manual style. And second one is learn about the library information resources network. And the third one is how to use and how to work with Grammarly. It is very important for university to work with Grammarly, writing based on APA style publication style, 7th edition, and how to use your library information resources network, or learn for citation for of your references for all assignments, because you are the students of master's degree, not bachelor's degree. It is very important. In another video, I will talk with you in details about these 3 parts. And thanks for giving your time to watch this video, and I will see you soon.